Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? This is Fifth at Night, world premiere. World premiere, everyone. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me go ahead and hit that sound effect, how I like to do on the podcast. All right. Quick introduction. Those who've been rocking with me, rocking with this channel, know that for years it's been the Mr. Z and Fifth podcast with my brother Zacchaeus. You know, we've been rocking out and just really doing some good things. We've been doing this 2017, right? The podcast. So I appreciate everyone for coming on here and joining us on this Monday journey. Y'all been seeing differences on the channel. Y'all been seeing the TikTok lives. For those who are on TikTok with me, joining me on there, I appreciate that. And, you know, I'm going to bring everyone up. Okay. All right. So, you know, I got my guests here. Let's go ahead and bring them all to the stage. All right. Let's go ahead. Beyonda, you can unmute. Go ahead, Beyonda.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Mila. Hello, Mila.
Hey, everybody.
You doing? Lena. Hello, Lena.
Hi.
All right. Zacchaeus and Angie will be joining us shortly. So this is a new show. This is Fifth at Night. This is a Monday night show. It's going to be on every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. A multi-panel guest show. Panelist show. I like to say that correctly. And we're going to have some fun here. Basically, for those who've been rocking with the podcast, y'all know me and Zacchaeus talk about pretty much everything. For those who've been on the TikToks, it's been more so relationship focused, but we're going to talk relationships today. But then the journey of the show is going to touch on other things as well. Current events, social issues, whatever it is, you know? So this is something that's going to be really good today. All right. So what I want to do is introduce this topic, right? So today's topic is single by choice or just single, modern dating exposed. You see a lot of things about people will say, hey, you know, I'm single by choice. But then there are also people who are single by circumstance. Choice is you're not looking. I get it, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? But circumstance could be, you know, you know, it could be because of a certain personality trait, you know, behavior, baggage. It could be anything, you know, but we're going to get into the opinions of what people think. And so what I did was I did something a few weeks ago. I went out and talked to the streets, you know, and I was able to talk to someone. All right. And oh, wait, hold on. What happened? What happened to Beyonda? Okay. Beyonda, come back, all right? All right. Zacchaeus is here. So I went out in the streets and I talked to people and I asked the question, you know, what does it mean to be single by choice? So I'm going to go ahead and play that interview. And then after the interview, we're going to get to the panel, okay? All right. So let's pull this up. Okay. All right, Beyonda's back. All right, so we're going to pull this up, all right? Let's go ahead. Here we go. This is a segment that I'm doing. I like to call it Fifth in the City, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play this, all right? See what people think. So first question, are you single?
No.
Okay. Are you single?
No.
Okay. So next question is, are people, when they say that they're single by choice, what does that really mean? What do you think?
By choice, I feel like if you are single by choice, it's because you are not ready to be in a relationship, honestly. Right. And you might, it's reasons to not be ready because you might need some healing. You know what I mean? You might be scared to hurt somebody else because of anything that you're going through, your trauma. Or maybe you're just not ready for a relationship.
Right. Right. What do you think when people say they're single by choice? What does that really mean?
You just want to be a hoe. I understand that because some people just they're not really ready to settle down. So I understand that.
Right.
You said they ready to be a what?
They just want to be a hoe. It's okay though. It's okay.
I believe so. I mean,
Like
that
you say,
happens.
that's okay. You
So-
can explore your options.
So do you think that people who say they're single by choice is also because they choose to, or because they may not qualify for their dating options?
That part.
Okay. What do you think?
It's the qualifications, and also if you're not ready,
Mm-hmm.
you just don't want to commit to somebody right then and there. You just want to explore your options.
Like, some people probably see someone that has more money, or
Mm-hmm.
it could be like career. No, because that happened to me before. Like me having a certain type of career would intimidate other people, and they feel like they're not ready, but it's not that. You're just intimidated by what I do. You get what I'm saying?
Not even that. I also feel like, you have a job, you got motion going on, but also the appearance.
Yeah. All right. And then I got one last question. How difficult today is modern dating?
Say that one more time.
How difficult today is modern dating?
I'm about to say they be. I'm sorry, bro. And low key, I moved to Houston 2023, and I explored my options when I first got here, and I just was like, you know what? I don't think guys are my thing anymore out here, because I done ran into so many people that just like, yeah, your personality is good. Yeah, you have money. Yeah, you have a good career. But you're not attracted to women, and I'm not about to force that on you. But yeah, in Houston, generally, they're not straight. I'm gonna just let you know that right now.
How difficult is modern dating?
For saying that. I feel like there's a lot of piss in the pool.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people have a lot of mommy issues, and I'm not saying just guys, women too. Like, a lot of people have mommy issues, so a lot of people are looking for parents. They're not actually looking for a relationship.
Yes.
So, it's not a typical thing. And then also people don't know how to date. They always feel like, oh, we are together immediately. It's like, no.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And a lot of people don't understand that dating is dating, meaning like you can explore your options, but at the same time, you're not about to be on my head, on my neck though. Like, I belong to you. That's not how that works.
I don't have on anybody as when you're dating, you need to make that very clear. First of all, you have to make that clear. You have to let somebody, because even my relationship now, I dated. We were dating for months.
I seen that.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, no, you're not spending the night. No, we're going on dates, and you're dropping me off at home, or I'm dropping you off at home. Like, it was, I feel like dating is great. That's how your relationship lasts.
Yeah.
So, personally, y'all need to date. Stop jumping into that shit. That's weird.
Right.
Know your options and shit,
Because at the end of the day, when you move too fast, y'all both look dumb at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day gotta end. The day gotta end, girl.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, they're sisters. Like they're sisters.
Well, it's mother-daughter. Beyonda, can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
Mother.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, brother.
Perfect.
Mother.
Zacchaeus, I just asked the same thing in the chat. I just asked if they were twins.
Yeah, they definitely look alike. A lot alike. The
Mother.
mother.
Daughter. I didn't expect that. We didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was a few things said.
Yeah.
So I want to go to what the mother said first. So the mother said that she feels that if someone is saying that they're single by choice, that means that they're not ready, that they may be getting over some things, some trauma, some whatever's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Shout outs to everyone tuning in on YouTube. I see y'all in the comments. I do. All right. I see y'all.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first as to that first point when she said single by choice because it may be that you're not ready. Does anybody want to respond who wants to respond to that first? Go ahead,
I will
Mila.
respond to that first. I'm gonna say a lot of people are single by choice because of their past traumas. They're not 100% healed. So for a single person to jump in a relationship with another single person or whatever the case may be, they might have understanding. We don't know. I would strongly advise to not do so because your trauma, you can be trauma dumping without knowing that you're doing it. And you shouldn't be putting nobody else through that.
Yeah, I'm
Go
gonna jump in and say,
Yeah, go ahead, Zacchaeus.
I agree 100%, lovely Milia. I agree because it doesn't make sense rushing into a relationship because if you're broken, it's hard to have a healthy relationship if you're broken. If you're broken, it's kind of like, what are you going in there for? So you can feel fulfilled or feel happy. If you're jumping into a relationship right away, especially. You should learn to heal, learn to build yourself up, heal, ask God for guidance, and just be happy. Learn to be happy within, and learn to be happy by yourself for a little while. Because if you jump into a relationship thinking that person gonna fulfill you and go and make you happy, you're sadly mistaken. So yes, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
All right, who wants to go next? Lena, Beyonda?
Beyond, don't hold back now.
Yeah, I think that me personally, I believe that what she said is people getting exhausted with dating, and they're realizing, okay, maybe I've been moving unintentionally, and maybe it's time for me to take a break and really discover myself, right? I think that's typically when as people get older and they start recognizing that they want something a lot more serious, that's typically when people start realizing that I need to take a step back from dating because obviously this has been not going the best. So I need to take a step back from relationships because I've been in relationship after relationship and there hasn't been anything for me. So basically, I don't think there's anything wrong with what she said in a sense. I think that it is just that people recognize that the reason why they desire a relationship may not be sufficient enough, for the outcomes that they're looking for.
Good. Good. I could rock with that. Beyonda. I don't know if you were able to see the whole thing because I know you had dropped out.
Okay. End of that video. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is by choice only because. Yeah, it's definitely by choice, and whether you're making a good choice to be single or a bad choice. So if you're making bad choices when you're younger, and then expect to have a good relationship with somebody else when you're older, it's not gonna pan out. If I choose to waste my early 20s and late 20s and 30s doing jack squat, and then demand that I find a good woman, that's not gonna really pan out. I'm not gonna be able to make that choice to find a good woman, or at least expect it. And it's the same vice versa. If a woman chooses to spend her prime years making bad choices, well, she's gonna lose out on the monopoly of choice when she's in her 30s, I would say. You kind of lose your ability to choose when you get older because you're wasting your lottery ticket years, I guess, to cash in on a good man or a good woman, I'd say.
Okay, that's interesting. So the other part of that video, right? And when the daughter started responding, and shout outs to the daughter, you know what I mean? Shout outs to the daughter, but I mean, she spoke from how she spoke. She said that she felt that, when people say that they are single by choice, that they probably want to be promiscuous. They want to live a promiscuous lifestyle.
Wow.
That is something that she said.
Uh-huh.
Mila, you go ahead. You got a response for that?
Okay, so when somebody chooses to be single, why is it that they got to be a hoe? That's what I was. A
Yeah.
grown man or a grown woman can be single by choice because they don't want to deal with a significant other until they're actually ready. You don't necessarily have to be single to be a hoe, because you could be married and be a hoe. You could be everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to be single to be a hoe.
Right.
That's the only thing I disagree with. But I'm like, this, you know,
Or
she looked like she was a little liberated too, so I'm gonna let her pass.
Inebriated
Yeah.
or liberated. Which one?
We gotta what we do on TikTok, how we put our own words together.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
She had a lot going on, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's the cup in her hand. She is like swaying a little bit. So
yeah.
And maybe she was in her feelings because something happened to her. We don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be single to be a hoe.
Well, we'll get to that point of the video because there is the other part she said, and it does sound like, there's been some experience to why she said what she said on that other part. And I had to edit some words out because she said something that could get my channel flagged. And I'll explain what she said. You kind of probably figured it out.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. So I see Angie in the lobby. Angie, turn your camera and your mic on, okay? And then I'll add you to the stage, okay? All right. Once again, shout outs to everybody listening and to tuning in on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. This is the world premiere.
Jess? Where's she at?
Jess will be here next Monday.
Oh, next Monday. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Lena, let me come to you. Does she have any fact or theory to what she's saying? Because she mentioned that she feels that you may want to live a permit that for people who may say it's not a be all say all, but she's thinking that that people want to be that because they want to be promiscuous. What do you think, Lena?
Well, according to the dating statistics that's out there, and what's going on in the world,
right?
When you look at the amount of people who are on dating apps are now hookup apps, essentially.
Yes.
There is a lot of promiscuity out there in today's culture.
Yeah.
A majority of the youth, ages 18 to 29, they all are basically on dating apps, and most of them are single because of the way that social media has granted access to everyone. Everyone has access to everyone, essentially. So I do believe that a part of the singleness that happens within the youth comes from a lot of unintentional dating and promiscuity.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Zacchaeus, you got anything to add to that?
We're living in different times now, and I've seen the landscape is different from when I came up back in the late 80s, early 90s. It's different. There was more like people were really connected with each other. Social media didn't exist. People really, it was a real connection. When when you was dating someone that it was more like she knows, okay, we're maybe at an official. These days, they try to figure it out. It's a different approach altogether. And like what Lania said.
Lena, that's Lena.
Said, yeah, it's a different ball game altogether. It's different in so many ways that it's like there's so many different elements of it now. Some people like the solo poly lifestyle. Some people like don't want to be with just one person. And And like you said, there's so much access with social media. People have access to each other. So it's like back then there was no access like that. It's either we connect on the phone, we connect when I see you and connect. There was no, the only thing that was upbeat in the 90s was the dating hotline, the phone connection. That's it. Other than that, and we had to make it creative. But other than that, everything is just, you just connect with each other now, and it's more like social media is the biggest thing now, and just connect with each other. It's a different landscape right now. I'm out of the loop with that because big time. So when it comes to people connecting each other, some people choose to be single too. Some people really choose that lifestyle. They like their freedom. They just like they come and go. I have a friend that just enjoy that lifestyle. He's 51 and he enjoyed that lifestyle. He tried the married thing. It doesn't work for him. And he said, nah, I woke up one morning. That's the thing. You wake up one morning and say, this is not for me. And like that freedom of coming and going. Some people like that, but it's a different lifestyle altogether now. It's different now. Yeah, man.
Yeah, beyond the any response to this point here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that everything in the dating marketplace is oversaturated with sexual immorality.
Yeah.
Way too much. And it's like the authenticity of dating someone or even finding someone who you meet and you become friends with at first, it's kind of like non-existent. It's very fast paced. And it's funny because it's kind of like a weird like example what I'm trying to say, but it makes a little bit sense. I was watching the trailer for Toy Story 5 and I was kind of like, the plot of Toy Story 5 is the toys fighting against iPads, like actual technology, because when you're a kid, you play with toys and you're like present in the moment with the toys. But now kids don't have toys; they have iPads and they have technology. They're not really in tune with like real life because they're too busy on the iPad or the screen. So
yeah,
everything is pretty much ruined by technology to a degree. Technology can be a wonderful thing to have if used in moderation, but the fact of the matter is that it's been used to kind of like perverse the nature of what humans should be doing. It's like meeting each other, building a connection, and then hopefully getting married. But that's kind of like, it's hard. So I feel bad for the next generation.
Yeah,
I agree. Oh man. Oh,
I hear you. So Angie, hey Angie, I'm so glad you're here. Angie's so dope. Angie, I don't know if you were able to catch on the YouTube feed the interview that we're responding to. Was you able to see it before you got in here?
No, I was not.
Okay. I'll play it again. Okay. Because we want to get everybody on one. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, let me go ahead.
The phone is kind of, everything looks so small.
Yeah, so it looks better on a computer. But I understand. Let me pull this up, okay? Here we go. So first question. Are you single?
No.
Okay. Are you single?
No.
Okay. So next question is, are people, when they say that they're single by choice, what does that really mean? What do you think?
By choice, I feel like if you are single by choice, it's because you are not ready to be in a relationship, honestly. And it's reasons to not be ready because you might need some healing. You know what I mean? You might be scared to hurt somebody else because of anything that you're going through, your trauma. Or maybe you're just not ready for a relationship.
Right. What do you think? When people say they're single by choice, what does that really mean?
You just want to be a hoe. I understand that because some people just they're not really ready to settle down. So I understand that.
Right.
You said they ready to be a what?
They just want to be a hoe. It's okay though. It's okay.
I believe so. I mean, that happens.
That's okay. You
So-
can explore your options.
So do you think that people who say they're single by choice is also because they choose to, or because they may not qualify for their dating options?
That part.
Okay. What do you think?
It's the qualifications, and also if you're not ready, you just don't want to commit to somebody right then and there. You just want to explore your options.
Like, you know, some people probably see someone that has more money, or it could be like career. No, because that happened to me before. Like me having a certain type of career would intimidate other people, and they feel like they're not ready, but it's not that. You're just intimidated by what I do. You get what I'm saying?
Not even that. I also feel like, yeah, like, you know, you have a job, you got motion going on, but also the appearance.
Yeah. All right. And then I got one last question. How difficult today is modern dating?
Say that one more time.
How difficult today is modern dating?
I'm about to say they be. I'm sorry, bro. And low key, I moved to Houston 2023, and I explored my options when I first got here, and I just was like, you know what? I don't think guys are my thing anymore out here, because I done ran into so many people that just like, yeah, your personality is good. Yeah, you have money. Yeah, you have a good career. But you're not attracted to women, and I'm not about to force that on you. But yeah, in Houston, generally, they're not straight. I'm gonna just let you know that right now.
How difficult is modern dating?
For saying that. I feel like there's a lot of piss in the pool. A lot of people have a lot of mommy issues, and I'm not saying just guys, women too. Like, you know, a lot of people have mommy issues, so a lot of people are looking for parents. They're not actually looking for a relationship.
Yes.
So, it's not a typical thing. And then also, people don't know how to date. They always feel like, oh, we are together immediately. It's like, no.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. And a lot of people don't understand that dating is dating, meaning like you can explore your options, but at the same time, you're not about to be on my head, on my neck though. Like, I belong to you. That's not how that works.
I don't have anybody as when you're dating, you need to make that very clear. First of all, you have to make that clear. You have to let somebody, because even my relationship now, I dated. We were dating for months.
I seen that.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, no, you're not spending the night. No, we're going on dates, and you're dropping me off at home, or I'm dropping you off at home. Like, you know, it was, you know, I feel like dating is great. That's how your relationship lasts.
Yeah.
So, personally, y'all need to date. Stop jumping into that shit. That's weird.
Right.
Know your options and shit, you know?
Because at the end of the day, when you move too fast, y'all both look dumb at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day gotta end. The day gotta end, girl.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, that was to catch up Angie on things. Angie, were you able to see and hear all of that?
Yes, I appreciate the catch up.
No problem. I know Lena's like, oh God. But Angie, so two things to catch you up. We asked everyone about the first point. She said, the daughter that is, said that she thinks that people think this, they say they're single by choice because they want to be promiscuous. Oh no, that was the second part. The mother said if people say they're single by choice, it's because they're not ready. So they may have some trauma and stuff. What do you think about that, Angie? Responding to the first part.
I believe that could be true. I do believe that a lot of people that are single by choice is because they simply are not ready and don't want to deal with anybody else's BS. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
when you get into a relationship with somebody, like you're taking on that person, who they are, personality, family gets intertwined in different situations. So, you know, some people just aren't ready for all of that. Some people just aren't in the space where they feel like that's what they want to do and go after. And like she also mentioned, is that they aren't happy with their dating options. Some people want to level up get a chance to level up their dating options before they decide they want to settle down as well. And you see
Yeah.
that a lot with men.
Interesting. I'm going to hold your point. I want to read something somebody said in the comments. They said, I'm single by choice because I've been hurt too much and feelings play with emotionally. Now, I think Mila spoke to that. I think Lena spoke a little bit to that too. Angie, you just spoke to that just now. So what would your response be to that?
I would tell him, or the person, I would tell the person to be cautious.
Yeah.
And like the lady said, date. Like, dating doesn't mean getting sexual and taking it to the next level. Actually go out on dates and get to know people, you know. You see a trait you don't like, that's it, on to the next, you know. Don't sell yourself short. Don't put yourself on the back burner because people didn't see who you were. There's gonna be that person out there that's gonna see you for who you are. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also dating is not a commitment.
It's a choice.
Right. You're seeing what's out there, so you can potentially settle. I don't want nobody on here to be like, oh well, we've been dating for 6 years. Y'all shouldn't be living together if you're dating. Because dating means to explore your options.
Well, we're going to get into the whole agenda thing because there has to be an end goal at some point, right? Otherwise, what? We're just serial dating?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, though.
That's
There's
true.
A lot of
yeah.
dating going on out here, and a lot of people don't even understand what serial dating is. They don't know what it means, especially with the younger generation. I want to say 18 to 29. Oh, we've been dating for 6 years.
But that was my issue with the mom.
Are y'all
right?
together?
Yeah.
My
Go ahead,
issue-
Lena.
My issue with the mother, her
Mhm.
being obviously older.
Yes.
She said, I feel like dating is how you further your relationship and how you basically stay together. However, you see your daughter's been dating and you see that she's obviously having issues doing this very thing that you're saying to do. Right?
Yeah.
So when the mother, obviously you can see the lack of wisdom and knowledge. And I will let you know the mama looked good. She looked
Yeah, she
good.
do.
So
Mama
let's know
fine.
that she could be close in age to her daughter. I don't know what the age difference is, right? Or maybe she just really looked good if there's like a 20-something year difference there. However, the fact that I could just sense that there's not enough wisdom and knowledge that she's passing down to her daughter. But for her daughter to be speaking that way, it obviously lets me know something. And like you say, when you're dating with a lack of intention, it's going to lead to serial dating, right? Why are you dating? What are you looking for, right? Where are you at in life? She talked about, oh, you can have the career, you can have this, you can have that. None of that matters at the end of the day. Your money, your career, none of that matters. And I obviously, even the mom, the way that she was speaking, the way that she said it when she talked about quote unquote piss being in the dating pool.
Right.
I have no words for that. I mean, just trying to be as nice and polite as I can.
Yeah.
This is what you see. It's crazy because a lot of people talk about this, how the mothers and the daughters are now in the dating pool together. That's a big thing because you have the blind leading the blind. Essentially.
Zach, I gotta come to Zacchaeus.
Yo, I was fooled because I really thought the way how they were collabing with each other and talking. I'm gonna go back to that. I thought they were sisters.
Real quick.
I didn't know they were mothers. I never seen that. They look close in age. Oh my goodness.
Right. Zacchaeus, and then I'm gonna get to Beyonda. But I gotta come to you. We did a on Mrs. Ian Fifth.
Yeah.
We did an episode about daughters and mothers in the same dating pool competing with each other, didn't we?
Yes.
Lena just touched on something. Remember the example I had about Evelyn Lozada and Evelyn Lozada's daughter?
Oh yeah, yes,
And also Bernice Burgos and her daughter.
yes.
Remember we touched on that?
We touched on that a while ago. It was a while, but we did.
Yeah.
We did,
So
yeah.
that's a point that Lena just spoke to. Lena doesn't even know that we even did that.
No.
This was either earlier this season or last season of Mississippi and Fifth.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I want you to speak to Lena's point because she's mentioning the mother and shout outs to them. Shout outs to them. She's not saying nothing bad about them. But to the point that Lena made, right? Speak to that because she mentioned what the daughter is saying and what the mother has experienced, and that it sounds like the daughter is experiencing what the mother experienced. And the whole point is the daughter should learn from the mother to the whatever precedent the mother has set before that so that the daughter could avoid that. Zach here, speak to that.
They're like that to me. It doesn't seem like a pass on kind of wisdom kind of thing. It seems like a friendship kind of thing going on. It doesn't seem like a mother to a daughter thing. It's more like a friendship kind of communication that they have with each other. And I've listened. I was talking to a brethren of mine. This is on the same topic, and he was saying that there's a mother that's encouraging her son to go sleep around. Don't settle down yet. You're young. Go sleep around with different women. So it kind of reminds me of that the daughter's wisdom is not. It's more like it's not really in tuned as far as like a more like a wise. She didn't get her wise counseling. She didn't gain wise counseling from the mother so much because they're more like a friendship thing going on. You see they dress the same way. You see that, right? They dress the same way. They wear the same kind of clothes the same way. And you see in New York City, clubbing is kind of like comatose. It's not really. There's no clubs here, right? They look like they went to the lounge. You know what I'm saying? Together. Just came from the lounge in Houston.
Well, that was the rodeo. I just want to let people know I went to the rodeo. I went to the because for those who don't know, I live in Houston. For those who don't know, So I live in Houston. So yes, I went to the rodeo and interviewed those two ladies. Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah. So to me, it's like her sense of wisdom is not really quite there. I would say it's more like a friendship. Because when you told me that she was a mother, I was taken back. That there's a mother. I thought, and big up, no disrespect to the mother. The mother looks good for her. She looks great. And it's like, to me, it's like, wow. It's like a friendship going on there, you know? And I don't see any. She's probably
remember, Lena mentioned that they look like they're closer in age. So it's mother-daughter, but I think the implication is they grew up like an older sister.
Older sister.
Yeah.
Older sister, yeah. So they just probably date the same kind of guys in age, you know. That's what it looks like to me. They can double date, date the same kind of guys.
I feel like that's what it looks like, but that's not the vibe that I got from the video at all. I got an older woman. You could clearly see where their head is at. The mom is speaking a lot more maturely than her daughter. I could say if you put me and my mom in the same room, yeah, you could tell that's my mama, but I'm a lot more immature than my mama, and my thoughts on the dating world is a lot more naive and a little more ignorant, which is what you see inside the video. Parents can lead their kids a certain way. That does not mean that the kids are always going to follow. Let me tell you that right now. I am the prime example. And probably everybody else in here. So like, I don't think that the mom is really leading the daughter into a wrong place. However, you know, they're both grown. You could both see that they're both two adults. You're going to answer how you do for yourself. I'm going to answer how I do for myself. Now, we don't know what conversations they had in private after that. You feel me? But the daughter, and I'm going to be with the daughter on this one. From what I see around people that's my age, I'm in my early 20s. I'm only 22. I'll be 23 in a few weeks. What you call it? A lot of people my age, that's what they think. That's how they respond to a lot of things regarding the serial dating. Like if you ask a woman, if a man says that he's single by choice, if you ask me, if a man come up to me and approach me, we dating or going on, we went out on a couple dates and he's saying he want to remain single by choice, I'll be like, yeah, that ninja playing games, he running the streets, feel me? But Now, if I was older, you feel me? If somebody that's around my mom's age, probably a little bit older, you feel me? Because a lot of women date older. If somebody say yeah, they single by choice, they probably just don't want to deal with the BS or anybody or whatever baggage anybody else comes with. So I think it all depends on the generation, what they're exposed to, who we hang around, mainstream, all these things play a role into it. But I don't think that the mom was really leading the daughter down the wrong path.
Beyonda, go ahead, brother.
I don't have much to say other than the fact that that's a wild thing, to have the mom and daughter like in the same like dating game. I've never seen that like in real time ever. I've only thought that was like in a reality TV show. Never like in real life.
I've never seen it either. Maybe because
thought it was like
I don't know.
like the
Hey, if
Kardashians.
it
I never
wasn't for
seen it.
Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop, y'all wouldn't know it all.
Yeah, Love
Yeah.
and Hip Hop, the
Love and Hip Hop,
Kardashians,
yeah.
something, but I've never seen that in real time.
I've never seen
That's
it.
what we're
That's
seeing
what I
more
was thinking
often.
back. Yeah.
We're cooked. Not gonna lie. That's pretty bad. I don't really
No,
have much to say
yeah.
on that other than that.
No, I did see older women that's trying to be young. I do see that. I do see that. They're wearing the scantily clad clothes. I do see older women, 50s and up, trying to be. I do see that. Yeah. But the mother and daughter, yeah, I guess if the mother can dress there, the daughter can dress that way too. So yeah.
Plus, Lena pretty much laid out like it was a pretty good observation on like there's no wisdom like from the mother to daughter, I guess. So that's pretty much like that's spot on, I would say.
Well, I just wanted to really point that out because I think that their responses goes to show their mindsets and being worldly women. In my opinion, it just really goes to show, right? I think that y'all know I'm gonna always bring God into it, right? I think that it's so important to have God in your life. And unfortunately, I don't know what the mother has been through, where she's at in her journey, but obviously she's at the rodeo. I'm seeing how both of them are presenting themselves in their opinions and the way that they speak and things like that. And it obviously shows me I just see a great lack there, right?
Wait,
when I
then
think
don't
about
forget not to cut you off, but don't forget neither one of them are single.
I mean, again, but that means nothing, right? Because we have people even in the church who are married. Doesn't mean that their marriage has been ordained by God, right? So when you don't have God at the foundation of anything, when you're not seeking God in it all, it essentially means nothing, right? When a lot of people out here are searching for something because why? They don't know themselves, but they want someone to love them. How can you want someone to love you for you when you don't even know you? And I believe that you can only find your identity when you search God. When God tells you who you are, what your purpose is, where you're going in life, when you have that relationship with God, you can then find someone who you're equally yoked with. You don't care about what the rest of the world is doing. You don't care about what all these men doing and how all these other men, because you're going to be focused on a man of God. And when that man of God comes and finds you, because he who finds a wife finds a good
The
thing.
good thing.
Proverbs. When that good man
Proverbs,
comes
yeah.
and finds you, none of all is vanity, right? Can we speak on Ecclesiastes 1:3? All is vanity.
All of Solomon,
All
King
of this
Solomon.
stuff is
Yeah.
vanity, right?
Yeah, King
This
Solomon.
is why we see.
Yeah.
I looked up the statistics on the current dating market. A lot of people are saying, I'm not dating. They said almost 49% of people are single in the United States. And when they ask them why, because of ghosting, no one's serious. People just want to hook up, right?
Yep.
They can't find anyone. So they say, you know what, I'd rather deal with it, right? They said almost 50-something% of people said that they haven't even been on a date in the past year, or they rarely date, right? So when we see that there's a lot of people who lack intentionality, it's a lot of people who lack God. If God is not in it, I mean, I just really think that that's the big part of it. And when I see this mother and daughter, it's sad. It's sad because I pray that both of them find a relationship with God, so that the next generation don't have to be walking around talking and thinking the way that they do. I pray that. I pray that they can find God, because that's what a lot of people are missing. And and it's sad to say, and this when we talk about the live, single by choice or just single, there's nothing wrong with being single. Find yourself, discover yourself. Who are you? What do you like? What don't you like? Right? When you look at your mother and father's relationship, or your aunties, your uncles, your friends, whose relationship do you see where you be like, okay, I want that relationship. I want that marriage. Well, whose marriage can you look at and say, you know what? I would want a marriage or relationship just like that. If there's nobody out there who look, then you need to find God and create a covenant so that you can break these generational curses. That's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line to it. And I think that there's nothing wrong with being single. So if there's anyone listening to this, be single and rejoice in it. Focus on God. Build yourself up.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
I agree with you.
So peep game, right? So peep game, right? I saw what y'all was saying in a private chat. So let me get to that part of the interview. The daughter said, when I asked them how difficult modern dating was, she's talking about guys being, okay, I'm gonna spell it backwards, YAG.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what the daughter said. Now,
Yeah.
Angie, I know your eyes got big when you saw that because you were like, oh, really? Like, that's where we going with that? You know?
That's real though. Like, but for real, I wasn't. It caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie, but that's real.
Go ahead, speak
Especially
to
in
us.
my generation.
Go ahead, speak to her. Go ahead.
I'm Gen Z, you know, and you know, our generation is very sensitive and got a lot going on with themselves. Very much got a lot going on in that department. And a lot of people tend to be, DL. And it's a high chance you could turn around and find out that the person that you with like the same sex, and that's not an issue, but a lot of people just like they not upfront about it. Like, you feel me? A lot of people like to keep it on the hush hush, or people are out about it but not out about it. Like that's a very real thing.
Now Angie, that's on both sides, right?
Yes. But
Okay.
most people care about one side in particular. It is a double standard.
Mm-hmm. I'm
I will
just
not
making,
deny that.
yeah, no, I'm just making sure because I know I interviewed women, but the point you just made, it's so bad out here. You got to check birth certificates if you know what I'm talking about.
You do. Send it. I need to see the ID, all of that. God can't I could pray to God, you feel me? God gonna reveal it to me any day that I ask him to. But you feel me? I can't get the birth certificate in my hand off one prayer, okay? Y'all, excuse me, I play too much.
No, it's all good. We can have fun and smile up here. It ain't got to be too super serious up here. Beyond the hope I'm not missing anybody. Beyond that, you got anything that's now here's the thing. Here's my job with the street interviews, which is very different from what I do on TikTok, right? And what I do on YouTube. Y'all get to learn me more on YouTube, okay? I didn't challenge anything that they said. It's not because I'm afraid to. It's because when I talk to people in the streets, I'm talking to people who come from all different walks of life. Okay?
Yeah.
So they're not going to think like me, and that's fine. My whole point is to have my opinions on it later. And y'all will see in the future what this street interview is going to lead to. And I'll let y'all know, okay, when it happens. But I don't challenge in the streets, but I am going to give my perspective here, right? And that is this. Lena mentioned your foundation, right? Yes, that's, for us who are believers, we understand that very, very clearly. Here's the thing, right? I don't know what kind of lifestyle she's in. Here's the thing that Mila mentioned. They both said they wasn't single. We know for sure that the mother is with a man. Do we know for sure who the daughter's with?
No. Well,
Because
she said she was done with men. So
She said this is
Well, her exact words was she's been looking and searching for the answers. and that she said verbatim she didn't think that guys were her thing anymore. She mentioned guys not being attracted to women. Okay, she's speaking from something, right?
Experience.
Right. She's speaking from whatever her thing is. But we don't know. I didn't ask her. It wasn't my job to even ask her what her orientation was. I didn't do that. That wasn't the point of that. But you know, that creates a different opinion. That creates an element of a different opinion right there. You know what I'm saying? So, and y'all guys have been on my TikTok. I met y'all on TikTok, except for Zacchaeus. I know him for, you know, that's my best friend right there. But I met y'all on TikTok. And y'all been on there. Y'all seen people come up on my channel, right? And say many things, right? Say many things. And then I'm sure y'all been on other people's channels and seen all types of stuff. So we really don't know the 100% perspective that the daughter is necessarily speaking to. We can only assume, right? But yes, you mentioned the maturity levels, Angie, between the mother and the daughter. The mother is older, so the assumption is that she's been through some, you know, whatever it is, you know, it went to where it is right now. We don't know the experience that she's had with her daughter's father. That didn't get mentioned. So we don't know what kind of man he was. The assumption is that she's not with him anymore. Because she said, if we're going to date, you going home to your home and I'm going home to my home. She's not with her daughter's father. Okay. So the daughter saw some things, Lena, right? Because Lena mentioned something, right? So, you know, obviously the daughter is seeing, like I said, and shout outs to both of them, no disrespect. But, you know, yes, it's what you see. What you see in your family and what you see in your peer group. I don't know the daughter's peer group. And yes, you're right. You could raise your kids the best way, right? Angie, you said this. You could raise your kids the best way. And then the kids turn out however they want to turn out because they're adults now. So maybe they followed the rules where they were under your roof. They made sure that they finished their food. They ate all the peas on the plate, right? But now that they're in their house, they don't even cook peas anymore. They ain't like it. But they had to eat it when they was at mama's house, daddy's house. You know what I'm saying? So say you were setting a standard, a rule, a foundation, Lena, right? A foundation of living, a house of a foundation of people living with Christ as the head of the table, right? And then they leave that house. And now it ain't what it was when they was under the house because they're not under their roof. So you're right. There are times where we could push off the very things that helped us and may have guided us. And then we're left to our own devices. Beyond that, I'm going to get your response to that.
I totally agree with that. I never, growing up, I never intentionally like perpetuated stereotypes with our people. You know, they wanted me to act a certain way, like act more black, I guess. And so like, I just never indulge in any behavior that would like get me in jail or dead. So, you know, like I don't really, like whenever you're growing up, and like you're a kid, you can resemble, you know, your parents because your parents are like who you're following the most, right? But when you're an adult, though, there's no excuse for how you be acting. You know, if I sell cocaine, right, and then
you gotta say white. You can't say that word.
If I sell drugs,
can't say that either.
You gotta
on YouTube.
say white.
You got just say white.
If I sell white, okay. And I get arrested and they say, why did you do this? And I say, well, I was a product of my environment. You know what's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna go to jail. So you can't use your environment as an excuse to be one way or the other. You have to kind of use discernment and kind of have like that knowledge of, hey, listen, I'm an adult. Whatever I do now affects what happens to me later.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. Mila, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I got a question for you. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Mila, ask that again and cut out. Go ahead, Mila. Ask that question again. Yeah, go ahead. Ask that question again.
Okay. What do you mean? You'll have to act more black. What do you mean by that?
There are stereotypes that are revolved around the black community, and if you don't act within that, then you're not considered black, I guess. So like, I grew up liking to read and write and like do things that like I like school a lot. So but a lot of kids my age around that time didn't do that. So they saw me as like a white black kid. But
Well, I guess we just grew up in the same thing
I
then, because I've never had to change who I was for nobody.
I never did
Neither
either. I never changed. I've been the same like person for my
If
entire life.
somebody tells me to act more black, I'm gonna ask them which hand, left or right.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, it's kind of offensive to think about it, more so to people who I guess act black, because it implies that people who are black can't be articulate.
Say that to me, and I'm gonna ask you which hand you want. You want the left hand or the right hand?
Right, exactly.
That's,
So
that's very offensive.
No, I understand what you meant, Beyonder. There is a stereotype in the black community. If you don't speak with AAVE, African American Vernacular English, if you don't speak a certain way, if you don't talk a certain
Ebonics.
way, if you don't pronunciate your words completely, then you are typically deemed to act quote unquote white or so I definitely understand what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, but you know,
that kind of went out the window a few years ago though, with all the conversations we've been having.
Say that part again, Angie.
I said I think all of that, at least most of it, let me not say all, kind of went out the window with all the conversations that we've been having in the mainstream media about that.
You know, it's interesting Beyonda mentions that, but Beyonda, when you came on my live, I knew you was a brother.
Yeah.
Wasn't, come on now. So I didn't have that question. Yeah. Let's move on. I have a clip to play, right? And I want y'all to respond to it. This is something that I got speaking on this subject. I'm gonna need the ladies to go first on this subject. Okay? So I'm gonna play it, and I want to warn y'all, it's not rage bait. I promise y'all. But it's for y'all to control the narrative, okay? And then the fellas will speak after they do, okay? So let me go ahead and share this. All right. Here we go.
What's up, Dr. Will James here. Quick video. I just want to address the women who say that they're single by choice. Okay, no woman outside of 304s are single by choice. Again, no woman outside of 304s are single by choice. Here is why. In order for a woman to be single by choice, that means if the perfect guy came along, she would still choose to remain single. If a guy who met her expectations as far as looks, he was a 10, if he was a multi-millionaire, if he was faithful, God-fearing, if he checked all of the boxes, if he was this perfect guy, she would still say, you know what? I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I just want to be single. That is the only way a woman is ever single by choice. And how many women do you know outside of 304s are saying that?
Now, that was a very harsh, staunch point that he's making, because he's saying, no, this is what it actually is. You know, that's his opinion. So, okay, which one of the ladies want to go first and respond to what that man said?
We'll go first. Well, if y'all don't mind, and
go ahead, Mila. You got the floor.
I feel like men who says that about women has a harsh way of dealing with reality. Okay, I don't like the fact that it went straight to 304s and she can't do this and she can't, and I don't like that. A woman can be single by choice. She's not ready to date. You can't force a woman into dating you. Maybe she done been through something in her past. Maybe she been touched the wrong way. Maybe she been looked at and talked to the wrong way. And she decided to heal herself before she got with another person. You ain't got to be no 304 to be single. You can do it while in the relationship. I see it daily. So that's why I said his opinion does not count. I don't care. I don't care to hear anything else that he say, because to him it might make sense, but to me it don't. I just don't like nothing he just
So like
said.
to add on, I agree. And I also want to point out that most people are single because they're not happy with the dating choices that are available at that point in time. So why not, when what I feel like is ideal for me, what I feel like somebody that, like Lena said, is equally yoked to me in the name of God, why would I not open myself up to that, or to give myself a chance to explore that option once I feel like I'm ready? But by that point, that's when I decide I no longer want to be single by choice. I
Right.
just feel like, like, just because I don't want to interact with the dating market right now. And then I feel like he contradicts himself in the same breath, because he's calling them 304s, but saying that, had their option been available, they would have jumped on it. But how can, if they're not jumping on it, and they're not jumping on any option right now, how can they be a 304? I feel like he's just salty, and he's just not happy with the dating market that he's like in right now, and that's just a him problem.
Well, he just single and can't find nobody because he a 304.
Hello?
I think
I'm
that what we
sorry.
see here is a worldly man who obviously lacks leadership, who obviously lacks provision, and who may be considered undesirable to a woman who's of worth. It's not a 304 who does that. It's a woman who knows her worth and her attention, and a godly woman. A godly woman, a woman of God, is not going to allow a lot of men to have access to her. A woman of God is going to know how to turn down men, even if they do look good, even if they are handsome, even if they are tall with the beard and everything else they like. She's going to deny her flesh, right? Matthew 12:33 says that you will know a tree by the fruit it bears, right? So just because you look good, when I go to discern your fruit, if I'm seeing that you have rotten fruit, I'm going to pass it up every time, because it's not worth me losing my salvation. A lot of these men will lead a woman to hell, but they want access to you because they have this sense of entitlement. You feel like you're entitled to have access to me just because you see me and you want me. And here's the thing about a lot of men. When they know that they have encountered a good woman, they feel like they should have access, especially when they're used to other women throwing themselves at them, when they're used to flaunting their money, their chains, and other things, their careers, and women will jump on them for that. But when they have a woman walk past them and say, I don't care about none of that, you lack substance, you lack character, you lack morals, you lack values, then that's when you get these type of responses. No, I'm single by choice because I'm waiting on a man of God, and you don't fit the bill, honey. Yeah. So I think this is just a worldly man. So not much to say here, but God bless that young man.
All right, fellas, it's our turn. Who wants to go first? Zacchaeus or Biana? Where we at? Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah. Well, he's talking from. It sounds like a lot of guys. Well, I would say people talk from a place of experience. Sometimes they talk from a place of hurt. Sometimes they talk from a place of because of they're looking at the dating scene and they're making their assumption because of that. But because they haven't reached a level of comfortability with themselves, so it's more like so they seem to say that, well, she's single because she don't know how to pick a good man. She don't know a good man when she sees it, and that's what he's saying. He don't know a good man when he sees it. And not knowing that everybody have choices to make. There's some people that are very happy single. They like that. They enjoy their freedom. And they got some single believers too that they say, listen, I can, God is using me. I can go and come as I can go wherever God lead me. I can go and I can do His will. And they got some single men and women that are operating that way. And he was saying something that I didn't agree with what he said about when he said that if a good man has this, if a good man has that, they just pass it up because they just choose to be. Well, yeah, Sometimes it's not what you have, it's where you're at this point in your life, and some people, even when they're older, they just enjoy that moment and that time being by themselves. Maybe because a lot of people, because you have to put it this way, some people have been through the marriage already. Some people have been through the dating scene for the longest time, and some people been married already. So right now they're just enjoying that moment in time where they're able to speak one-on-one with God and just be happy by themselves and enjoying their moment in time. There's people I know that's been married for a long time, and now either their spouse has passed, or not, or they just divorced, and now they're just enjoying this moment by themselves. So I disagree with him when he said that they want a good man, but they just keep passing them back. No, it's just a choice. We all have a choice to make. Even if somebody comes with all the desires that some women they desire of, he has the money, he has the this, he has the that, he has the charm, he has the looks, and some women be like, well, I still don't want to be in a relationship. I'm still enjoying my moment in that time. So it's a choice.
Hey, Beyonda, what do you think, man? You can respond to a few things. I know Lena had to go. But you can.
Beyonce was doing this when she was talking. She agreed with what she was saying.
She agreed with what Lena was saying. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Clock it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was doing that to you too, Angie. She likes you.
You gotta do it like this. I'm a theater kid, y'all. This is the correct way.
Oh, sorry. I disagree with most of what he said, but I do have a little. He's right in the sense of this, right? If a woman has like a career, she'll have a hard time passing that up for a man, if that man's even if the man's a good man, you know. So a lot of women, like we talked about this before, Fifth, and people like about marriage and why women deny marriage or whatever. It's because a lot of times, or at least nowadays, they are afraid of giving up their independence to be with a guy. I don't think it's necessarily to be a 3 or 4. I don't really agree with that, in full.
Yeah.
Not wanting to lose their independence is a big part of why they might say no to the good man, even though he has like all the boxes, and assuming that he's even a godly man, they might even still say no because they don't want to lose out on that career or that next like big thing in their life. So I don't necessarily think it's because it's like they want to be a 3 or 4, although that is a factor. That's a big factor in today's day and age because of how dating is in general. But I would say that I think a bigger reason why women will turn down a man, if it's not for like herself and her worth, it's because of like independence and like not wanting to like give up their career. So they don't want to give up their control and have to, I guess, like submit, I suppose.
Well, you notice he said outside of 304ism.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hardcore stance, but he's basically saying, well, outside of that, it's not so much that they're single by choice. He's trying to say that they're single by circumstance. He didn't say that word. I get what you're saying, Beyonda, and what he's speaking to. And maybe if he would have spoke more to that side, it would have came off less rage baity, I guess. Yeah,
he was definitely doing too much with that.
Right, because what that he was trying to be what do you call that? Not sensationalism, but is there like another word for that? Well, whatever it is.
Daniel.
We'll see. Anyway, yeah, she said, hey, leave KS alone, all right? He not here no more. But see, here's the thing. So I want to speak to the point where he mentioned about, well, if the man of your dreams was in front of you right now, would you tell that man that you're single by choice? He's trying to challenge women on that part. And the part that you're speaking to, Angie, one second. I know you want to go. 1 second. So the point that he's speaking to is that he thinks a lot of women are capping when they say they're single by choice. He's saying that sometimes it's said as a defense mechanism to the men that they don't want. But to the men that they do want, are they going to tell that man that he's single by choice?
I mean, to a degree, he's kind of right. but also he didn't deliver it in the right way. I don't know
Right.
what to say.
That's why I didn't like how he worded what he said. I didn't like it. Now, had it been worded differently, then yeah, I probably would have somewhat agreed.
I spoke to it earlier. I said that, you know, one of my favorite words is consequence, because all it means is the mere result of an action. So it's the conclusion of what actions you take in your life. So, like I said, women have a lot of choices when they're like from the age of like 19 to like 26 or 27, depending if they're like attractive or not. And when they have those choices, are they either gonna pick the man right for them and pick a good man and like vet him and court him and like, you know, make sure that he's of the Lord and whatnot, or they're gonna pick bad choices, and when they're like in their 30s, then they have to settle for a man they don't really want. But that's all she can get at the moment, because she wasted all of her good choices, her good choice making time period for bad choices, and now she's like settling for someone that's like not desirable when she's like 35.
Yeah. So I know you wanted to go, Angie, but Fifth, the comment that's right there.
Yeah, I brought it up for a reason.
Yeah, that Black Diamond. I just want you to know that's her. But that's a true statement, though. It's true. Just because you're a good man don't mean you're good for the person that you're going after. That person might not be meant for you.
Yeah.
Right, and this is what our brother RCB was saying. He was saying, like, you're right, because, you know, good does not necessarily mean universally compatible.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anybody want to? Well, let me let Angie go, and then Zacchaeus, you got it after. Go ahead, Angie.
Oh no, I was gonna crack a joke.
Crack a joke. We can have fun on.
We need to laugh.
Listen. I want people to know that I like to have fun too. Okay, everything that don't have to be super serious. If you got a joke, go ahead.
You know, everything a joke to Gen Z for real. So, I mean, shoot. Now, if you ain't my type, you ain't my type. If you know, homeboy my type and he got everything going on for him, he a good man for me, and we're compatible, like, why would I not say no? I'm not single no more by choice, because now we in a relationship. What are we talking about? Like,
Zacchaeus, I gotta play
Ladies
this.
and gentlemen, we got him.
See, that brother was right. That brother was hold on. Let me.
Wait. But
That's
right?
stupid.
If I feel like I'm not
Use
ready,
your
I'm not all
common
the way
sense.
there. I'm not all the way there, and I feel like, you know, I'm not where I specifically want to be in my life. I'm gonna turn down that man that's my type. I'm be like, you know, you cute or whatever, but now is not a good time.
Hey, bro, come on
Keep
now,
it
dog.
short and sweet.
Come on, man.
Wait, what was the comment that Black Diamond put?
Let me go back to it. I'm sorry. I was having fun.
No,
I was having fun with Angie. Let me go back.
The Boosie over voice. I'm over it.
It was the sound effects.
Yeah.
That comment is profound, and I can speak from experience. Like, I'm not perfect. My girl's not perfect, but we fit so well together. Like, every other day, I give her a look and I'm like, you know what? You really are for me. We have so much fun together, like jokes and all that. Like, she fits into my life like good, and vice versa. And so that's where the compatibility goes, right? If I would have met someone else,
compatibility
yeah,
factor.
if I would have met someone else who, you know, was like attractive or whatever, it doesn't mean we're going to stay together forever. You know, like, not everyone is for each other, but someone is for you. Like, if you keep, you know, looking, and eventually you'll find that person. So that's what happened for me. Like, we fit so well. Like, we're not perfect by any means, but like, we're just like our dynamic and how we like communicate and how like we're able to joke, and we understand each other's like mannerisms and tics and whatnot. It just like makes sense, you know. That's what that compatibility like comes into. So that comment is pretty like profound. What Black Diamond said, I agree with it.
So are we being fair? And then I'm gonna let Zacchaeus get in. Okay, are we being fair here? Because not everything is because It's what we want. Sometimes we're single because we have bad attitudes, we're unpleasant to be around. We project that we're single by choice. Not all. We project that we're single by choice when our choices don't choose us. But it could just be that a lot of us are just nasty people, right? You could be, let me tell you something right now. You know how many people I know that say, and remember the TikTok, what was that subject I had? A good woman Thursday. It was, are good women overlooked or misunderstood, right? Okay. And then I said that just because you say you're good doesn't mean you're actually good. And let's just say you are someone who is respectable and honorable. It won't just come from your lips. You will also have a court of witnesses that could also say, oh yeah, that's a stand-up sister. That's a stand-up brother. So a lot of times we will say this, right? Not all. But a lot of us are projecting when things don't go our way because really it's just because of who we are. And a lot of us need to get deep checked. What do you think, Zacchaeus?
That's true. You know what? Sometimes you can, the Bible says you know them by their fruits, right?
Yep.
And sometimes you meet people and then you meet them for the first time. And then when you get to know them, it's like their character is just off. They have no personality. They're not nice to people around them.
Mm-mm.
The way how they live, they're not good. They're not good to their people around them. People don't really have too much nice things to say about them. Their attitude, then you see their attitude for what it is, and then you're like, then you figure it out. This is why this person is single. Because it's your character, the content of your character, not because you have all the accolades, all the money, and all the glamour, and then you say that you're good and you're single. You're single and you're just probably, you say you're looking for somebody, but when somebody gets to know you, then they see your attitude. It's like, oh man, ooh, they may be pretty on the outside, but when you get to know them, ooh, it's an ugly thing.
Listen, Zacchaeus, real quick, I'm gonna give the mic back to you. I know a lot of mean so-called godly women.
Oh yes.
I mean
yes.
mean.
Yes.
Listen, in my family, and some of my family, my family is watching. In my family, they will say God. They'll say God is good. Pass me the gat. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I'm telling you, they'll speak in tongues on Sunday and curse you out on Monday.
Yep.
Okay. So when a woman says she's a godly woman, that don't impress me.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Because just saying it is not enough, right? No, but I'm just saying these are the things that happen, right? Go ahead, Zacchaeus, because we talked about this.
But I said it before and I said it again. Let me see how you don't impress me when you lifting your hand saying hallelujah, hallelujah. You know,
right. That's not what
and
that's
you know your scriptures and everything.
Right.
Let me see how you treat that brother.
Right, because that's not
how you treat that sister.
Right. Zacchaeus.
Okay.
Zacchaeus, real quick. I know me and you do this all the time on the podcast, and I'm gonna get to everybody else. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just that it's my boy. I feed off his energy, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Zacchaeus.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you that some of the most meanest women I've met in my life came from that church building?
So that's what I did.
Hold on, one second.
Right there with the devil right in them.
One second. I'm not trying to paint a narrative here, but what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter. Look, it all goes about what you said, Zacchaeus. How do you treat someone? Mm-hmm. Your equity comes from how you treat somebody. more than it does with your relationship with God in terms of when you're trying to be somebody's wife. Now, I understand that the word of God says, study to show yourself, prove that you should, my people will perish through the lack of knowledge.
Yes.
I understand the devotion and everything. I do understand that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people out here, men and women alike, who know exactly how to market themselves as a sales pitch to each other until we get in a relationship. And then I find out that you are very unpleasant to be around.
Hello.
So that's another reason why some men and women have not found each other. And this topic is gender neutral. I know that clip he was talking about the women, but this topic is gender neutral. And that is, are we really single by choice or just single? A lot of us, let's just keep it real. A lot of us are just single because we shouldn't really be with anybody.
Yeah.
But sadly, we're taking a lot of people under.
Facts. Yeah.
Sadly. Go ahead, Zacchaeus, and then we could pass the mic around.
Yes, and I've met people that they every word that come out the mouth is Lord, Lord, this and Lord that. But the same person, the kids don't speak well of them.
Ooh, that's a sign.
The kids don't speak well of them. Their own kids don't speak well of them. Their ex-wife don't speak well of him, or vice versa. But yet, this person preaches the gospel. That's why it's important to, when you represent God all the way. Don't, because remember, and I always say this, and I'm a big advocate of that. Your ministry is your home first.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go pushing the people, pointing the finger at people, and then you scratch your head wondering why. Well, dag, and then blame everybody else, saying that, well, I'm single because there's no good woman out there. No, sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror. And some people that are narcissists do not look at them, do not look at themselves in the mirror. They point the finger to everybody else. Oh, this is why I'm single. This is why I can't be with nobody. This is why nobody want to. This is why this person there, this woman's like this. She's like that. She's like this. But yet, he fails to look at himself in the mirror, or don't want to look at himself in the mirror. Everybody's wrong, but you're right, and that is the biggest issue. Everybody's wrong, but you're right. And those type of people do not make good mates. They don't. They need to be single and stay single.
Yeah, Beyonda's next. Go ahead, Beyonda.
Go ahead.
And pass it around.
Yeah, I was gonna say a good analogy for this on being like good isn't necessarily what you say about yourself. It's about what people say for you. It's kind of similar to like the GOAT debate in basketball. Michael Jordan has never said he's the GOAT, but his peers say that he is the GOAT. Everyone in any era say that he's the GOAT. So that makes him the greatest of all time. That's kind of like a safe, like kind of like a weak analogy. But I was gonna say, like in the Bible, Paul talks about boasting about your weaknesses. For when I am weak, I am strong. So like if you're boasting about like your works and like who you are as a person, I'm a good person, I do this, I do charity, blah blah blah. It's kind of like you're kind of like showing, like you're kind of exposing your true cards right there, because like you're trying to do it for show, and you're not doing it for like the right reasons. But you know, me, I never like go around saying I'm this, that, and the third. I just really have to stay quiet because like being humble is like more important than anything. So not speaking about yourself as much is a green flag, I guess. Like if you're a guy looking for a girl or vice versa, if they're not talking about themselves but want to get to know you, that's a green flag, and then vice versa. You have to be able to like just like sit back and listen and not be like quick to speak, you know? And like, because if you're so quick to speak about, you know, who you are, you'll reveal yourself pretty soon, like pretty quickly, and people will see like your fruits, and then they're gonna want to like consume those fruits.
Anybody else want to go next? Because we're going to get to another clip, okay? Mila, Angie.
Um, I actually hold on. Let me. Sorry, I had
Yeah,
my on.
it's all good.
Um, I do want to say, and this might be a little off topic. Well, it's still on topic, but it has nothing to do with what the guy said because I agree.
Mm-hmm.
My godmom, she in church faithfully,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and she's dating with intentions to be with the person, for long term.
Yeah.
And me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But a lot of people that she be around is very judgmental, and they're in the church. Oh, they told her last week, oh, you shouldn't be dating this man, because he never comes to church. He never sing you at choir rehearsal. He don't see you praise dance. He don't see this and he don't see that. Maybe he's not a church person. I don't like when people judge other people based off what they see. It is not fair, to her nor him. And I don't. And the people in the comments, y'all get mad at me if y'all go to church. All this. Majority of the church women are hypocrites. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. I said what I said. If you're gonna fight me, fight me. You might block me, but they are. They are very much hypocrites because you the first lady, your husband the pastor, but you go to the bar on Fridays and Saturdays, telling somebody what they should be doing with their life on Sunday. What we doing? Yeah.
I would like
Oh,
to add on.
before
But
she
real?
does that, I want to play
Yeah.
the sound effect. I want to play the sound effect real quick. Dang, where's it at?
See, you lost it.
You hear what I said?
Play that again.
You hear what I said?
Nah. Yo.
Mila, I kind of spoke to that earlier, so I
Yeah, I
understand.
know. That's why I brought it back up. That's
Yeah.
why I said,
Yeah. Well, and
I
not.
don't like it. I don't like stuff like that because I grew up in a Catholic church.
Yeah.
But I don't hear none of the people that I went to church with saying, "Oh no, this person ain't right for you. This person ain't right for me, and I don't want you to do this." We out here living and learning.
Yeah. No, I understand, and sadly, I understand why some people don't even want to step foot in church because of the stereotypes, and then you just so happen to meet people who fit those stereotypes. My mother told me all the time. She said the pastor is sleeping with the pastor's married. He's sleeping with the female ushers, the female choir director, right. So I understand, and it's not all because there's some good righteous brothers and sisters in the faith, but I get what people are saying. I think Angie wanted to say something. Go ahead, Angie.
First of all, the sound effect. That sound effect got it.
That's what I do. That's what I do up here on this show. Yeah, there you go.
The sound effect got it. You got to bring that over to TikTok for real.
They won't allow it. The TikTok got the limitations, but on here, the sound effects is on here.
This is what it's saying. I'm so sorry, but I would like to add, especially the women in church, just nasty, vile, evil. And I know what we're wrong with them, but I had a ex, like we was together for 5 years, and his mom, I'm telling you, from the age of 13 all the way up until I was damn near 20, the lady was bullying me. Oh yeah, I gotta live in a glass house, Central Rock. You can't live in a glass house, Central Rocks. So, she was a lady that, got pregnant young, you know, had her kids, and was coming down on me and my boyfriend about it. We're not even sexually active. We were planning, you know, we were talking about being serious and next steps and stuff like that. But that lady was bullying me bad. And she loved to preach up and down with the cross right on her chest, just like this. Just like this. And she has such a wicked spirit. She would look at people, pass them wishy eye. And you know, the Lord said, come as you are, so you cannot judge nobody, for real. That's how I feel about it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I tell everybody you can kick rocks and step on glass with no shoes and socks on. Because I'm still gonna do what I want to do. I don't care.
Well, you know, I just want it from a grace standpoint. I mean, I think a lot of us lack that with people. You know, and some as speaking as a believer, even years ago, I missed the mark. I could admit that there was a time in my life where I sat on a high horse. I did. I was the one who sat on a high horse, punched down, and then when I fell, I didn't want nobody to say nothing about my dirt. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing God does. He humbles us that way, because that's what he did to Paul. Because I'm telling you, when you like this, you know, you really got to have some grace and some mercy for people. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's learning. This is a lifetime thing. Having a relationship with the Lord is a lifetime growth thing. You're gonna have areas where you peak and dip.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. And that's why you need to make sure that you're respecting people right. And that's why you got to make sure that you're respecting people on the way, and that you actually know exactly that, you know, there's all things here. And don't laugh when somebody falls. Don't celebrate it.
Yeah, because yours can be 10 times worse.
Oh, 10 times worse. Man, let me.
Hello.
So I want to play another clip. This one has a little bit more depth to it than the other one. So let me go ahead and get this ready, okay? I want y'all to react to it. I thought it was a good thing that I was able to pick here. Okay.
For those of you that want to be single out there, you really need to interrogate your reality. Are you choosing to be single because you've been hurt before, or it's easier? The people that come across my path who originally proclaimed to be single eventually want a relationship when they realize what's available to them. If you love being single, do you also have troubles working in teams? Do you also have trouble working with other people in order to enact your vision and your goals? So if you want to be single, powerfully choose to be single instead of making excuses that, oh, my life has been hard, my relationships have been hard, and being resigned to being single instead of powerfully choosing to be single.
That's a nice, you know, self-reflection kind of thing there. You know?
Yeah.
Beyonda, you want to speak to what the man was saying? If you got it. If not, I'll let Zacchaeus go.
He on mute.
Yeah, Beyonda, unmute yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah.
He's kind of right. People make a lot of excuses for their current situation, and it's up to us whether or not we act on it or we don't. So if you're not acting on it, you can have the excuse of, oh, this is where my life is at, but you're not doing anything to change it. It's better to be in a position where, like, if you do choose it, it's because of, like, you're in the right place to do it.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with what you're saying.
Well, he spoke to the hey, Lena. So thanks for coming on the show, Lena, for real. From me to you, for real. So he said something, and this is what I want to get to on a positive side, because let's just be real. We don't want to be alone. Do we really?
No.
No. Like, Beyonda, you're about to get married. Zacchaeus is married. Mila's married. Me and Angie are the only ones that are unmarried.
Right.
You know, and it's
Hold-
gonna be like that for a while.
Wait, hold on, Mila. What'd you just do, Mila? You put your hand up. What was that? Oh, okay. All right. Let me not pursue that. But but nobody wants to really be alone. And I get what he's saying. What he's saying is that, you know, the whole single thing, right? Yeah, it's okay to be single, right? But what he's also saying that at some point, we're not going to want to be single anymore. So how are we going to act? He spoke to some basic life applications before you get into a relationship. He basically said, if you don't know how to work well with others, you're not going to be any good to nobody in any romantic relationship. Did anybody peep that?
Yeah.
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 That was good.
But it's the truth though.
It is the truth, and it's widely missed.
If you're a person that don't know how to connect with people, you're standoffish. You're it's very standoffish. You basically don't know how to connect with people and put yourself out there. Let's say if you Bible says seek he or he shall find, knock on the door shall be open. If you don't put yourself out there and present yourself in a good character manner, or present yourself, and then you're expecting something to someone to fall in your lap and say it's not gonna happen. Because what the Bible says, if he who finds the wife finds a good thing. It's not gonna happen if you're just gonna sit there and expect it to come to you. And if you don't have good, you have no integrity, you're just got a sniper, not a nice person, then you know how to communicate or connect with people, you're standoffish, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Even if that person is quiet, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because it's like what the temptation thing about, beauty is only skin deep. So you gotta have the looks, but if your character is not there, then it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna
See,
work.
everything is character to me, man. Look, they're listen, I get it. But we're talking about marriage. We're not talking about, okay, so like for instance, if I had a job and there's a position that I have and there's somebody who's qualified for that job, they're qualified for that job. Just because they qualified for that job doesn't mean that they're going to have the character to be a good husband or a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. Like, that's what I'm saying about your skills does not make who you. Okay, I don't want to take away from people's skills, right? And things that they've acquired, the things that they do, right? I don't want to take away from that. But what I'm saying is that's not what's going to nail everything for you. There are people out here who are very intelligent. We just talked about people in the church, right? People who, who are in the faith, who, like I said, they know the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and even the books of the Bible that got removed, right? And they can speak it to you like scholars. But that character, man, that character is what's going to get you married. I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter what you got. People got a lot of things out here, but they have poor character, And I like the fact that the guy mentioned, do you work well in teams? Well, let's talk about that life application, right? I have met men and women. I'm going to say this, right? So this helps out, right? I've met men and women who are very antisocial. Okay. They don't really communicate with people. Or if they do communicate, they're bad communicators. Let me tell you what a bad communicator is. A bad communicator is someone who talks and never listens.
I used to be like that.
Oh, okay. Right.
I used to be like that real bad.
A bad communicator is someone who listens to respond, but not necessarily listens to absorb. Okay, that's part of character. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you got going on and what you got at home. But if you And listen, communication is everything, especially if we're gonna go somewhere with this, right? And listen, and look, it's like this. Like he mentioned, like, and these are things that I think in terms of vetting that other men and women should look for. You know, are they nice to strangers, right? If we go to dinner and you're not nice to the food server, oh, best believe he not gonna be nice to you. She not gonna be nice to you.
I got a story.
Go ahead.
I got a story. Okay, boom.
I'm gonna listen to your story. I gotta go, but I'm listening.
My ex, we was together for a little bit, but he later on got married, and he told me that when he went out to dinner with they're now divorced, but when he went out to dinner with his wife, he said, okay, you could leave the tip. She wrote on she told the lady she'll tip in cash, and on the paper she wrote $0, but never left the tip. When they were walking out, he said, hey, I see you wrote $0 on the receipt. Did you leave the cash on the table? She said no, she'll get back to the table and see that there's nothing there for her.
Like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Nah, who said that?
I'm leaving here with something.
Yeah, that's true. He playing with them dang on
You know what I mean?
clowns.
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
AJ,
Yes.
I'm head out. Okay.
All right,
Hey,
Zacchaeus. Thank you, brother.
Later.
Did it, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, Angie.
She walked out, did not leave the tip, and said that the waitress will notice when she walks back to the table. And I could not believe it. But you really have people out here that will do that. And he said that was the most disgusted he's ever felt with somebody.
Mm.
So it's true. And she was a pretty lady. She was a pretty lady, but that don't mean that they always pretty on the inside.
Got
So
that right.
my thing is, if we going on a date and you don't tip the waiter, the server, however you want to word it, if you don't tip the person that's waiting on you hand and foot, and especially if it's a well-known restaurant and it's always busy, you don't care. That she didn't have to take time out to, constantly come to that table. If she did, she didn't even ask for a tip, but it's all respect. That means she don't have no respect for that man that she was with, and she don't respect nobody outside. And if you don't have respect for nothing or nobody, you don't have respect for yourself.
Beyonda, you got anything?
Yeah, just have respect for people. That's pretty simple. And if you don't have that and you show that willingly and not like have any regret about it, that says a lot to your character. So that's a wild story that she had about the woman like saying that about the waitress. Is kind of crazy.
You can hear now, right, Angie?
Yeah, I can hear now. It just went completely out earlier.
Yeah. Could I say something real quick for those who are on? So it's easy to get on StreamYard, right? The only thing is that if you're on StreamYard through the web browser, sometimes it can get a little funny. But there is a StreamYard app. Okay. Because I know sometimes when people I've been noticing that somebody will get a text message or a call, and that will sometimes take your audio out.
Yeah, that happened with me.
Right, that happened to Mila earlier when we went on, but as far as it being simple and the simplicity of getting on here is pretty good. But yeah, just to kind of, for future use, download the StreamYard app. Okay,
I'm gonna get that app.
Yeah. So yeah, that's real. So let's kind of I kind of want to play the clip again because I want to make sure that because I want to make sure there's something I didn't miss because I thought it was pretty good. Let me play it again. Here we go.
For those of you that want to be single out there, you really need to interrogate your reality. Are you choosing to be single because you've been hurt before or it's easier? The people that come across my path who originally proclaimed to be single eventually want a relationship when they realize what's available to them. If you love being single, do you also have troubles working in teams? Do you also have trouble working with other people in order to enact your vision and your goals? So if you want to be single, powerfully choose to be single instead of making excuses that, oh, my life has been hard, my relationships have been hard, and being resigned to being single instead of powerfully choosing to be single.
So it's almost like saying that there are going to be things that we're going to choose in this life. We're going to choose to be we're going to choose to not be by ourselves, or we all going to choose to be by ourselves. But you are going to choose. It's almost like he's saying that there are choices here, right? And he mentioned don't make excuses. I'm sure y'all have encountered many women who have made excuses for being single, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. Y'all been on my show. Y'all been on my TikTok lives? What did I hear? Oh, I'm too. What is it? I'm a strong woman. I intimidate men. Right? I know you've heard that. That's a future topic, but it's one of the things I wanted to, that I'm sure that people have heard. Go ahead, Mila.
You can't intimidate a man unless he's not comfortable with the skin he's in. You can't intimidate a man because you need to understand what this man has is for this man. You can't intimidate him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it could be projection, right?
Like the conversation that we did have on your panel when she said, "Oh, if this man was to do so and so, I'm going home to my dad."
Oh, you talking about that episode?
Fill me in.
Okay. There was a lady on which TikTok. So this was when Mr. Yard was still with us, right?
Yep.
And a married woman came on there, and she was talking about the things that he has, right? She talked about all his accomplishments. She talked about his money. I mean, we didn't ask these questions. She just brought it up. Right. And then so she mentioned if her man can't provide for her anymore, that she's gonna leave him and move with her dad.
Remember, she said if something happened to him medically, she's not taking care of him. She's going home to her father's house because he said his doors are
sickness and in health, for better or for worse.
Oh, she don't believe in that. She don't believe in that, Angie.
She don't believe in it.
Those are just words.
Sister. Pack it up, sister. Pack it up. Because what happened when you get sick? You gonna want somebody to take care of you. It's a partnership. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Well, she had a lot to say about what the man's job was, but when Mr. Yard wanted to get into what she's doing, she got upset. She got rude and didn't want to respect him as a co-host at the time.
That.
Yeah. She. So that was pretty rough. That was pretty.
Remember that day?
Yeah, that was one of the Tuesdays, and it was a full panel. I mean, we were packed.
Man, one person was leaving, another person was coming up.
Exactly, because I'm trying to remember what the topic was.
I forget what it was too. I remember that exchange vividly. That was
I could find out right now because I got this. So it was
woman, and you can congratulate him on every accomplishment possible that he has had. But for you to say, "Oh, if something happens to you, I'm just gonna leave you alone."
I remember because it's on the YouTube. So this was 2 months ago. The topic was, "Do women demand too much from women?"
Yeah,
and I did a commentary video on it, titled "She'd Leave Her Husband If He Lost His Job." So that's on the YouTube channel. But yeah, that was insane. But yeah, Mila, exactly. To me, that's a woman who should be by herself.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's extremely ungrateful.
Yeah.
You know, and so that is something that should never be tolerated. But
that
you
goes
know,
back to what I said. Some women are hypocrites.
yeah,
You got everything in the world, but as soon as something happened to you, it's I never liked him anyway. I was only with him because of this. I was only doing this because of that. No, leave this man alone. Let this good man go find this good woman that he rightfully deserves.
yeah,
Amen.
yeah.
I was talking about this on one of your panels. I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I can't stand is when a woman says, "Oh, you can't handle me," and it's like, I didn't know I had to go into the marketplace with a tranquilizer and a net, like I'm dealing with like some type of zoo animal. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how I should be handling my taxes and my money and like my job. I shouldn't be having to handle another human being other than my child if I have a child. So
yeah.
Hold on now.
You know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Angie. Go ahead. Uh-oh.
Now you talking to one of the ones that enter the scene and be like, you can't handle me.
I'll say I don't want to.
Your version of handle might not be his version of handle. It might be two different handlings.
Let's
it do take a lot to deal with somebody. You feel me? So you gotta know what you're signing up for.
Let's get to it, Angie. Angie, what do you mean when you say that? Instead of us assuming, what is it that you mean?
Now Brent said it. I don't know if y'all listen to Brent Fayez. And now everybody gonna have their way that they feel about my man, but
you ain't got no man.
Yes, I do, and it's Brent Fayez.
Did she just say you ain't got no man?
Yeah, she come in here and tell me I don't got no man.
Girl, mama said what she said.
What am I doing here?
Listen, you're supposed to put the phone number inside it. They're talking about pay.
You don't know
for 3 months. You get 3 days or whatever free.
Cause I know she see me doing something.
Hold on, let me mute you real quick. I don't want to say nothing. Anyway, so hey, let her know she on camera. We can see her.
Yeah, because we were talking about like the intimidation thing before.
All right. Okay, so anyway, I don't want nothing said to be unsaid on here because we live, y'all. We live. The world can see this, okay? The whole world is watching. I'm gonna let Angie get a minute, and then she can unmute herself next, okay? All right. So, yeah. I just wanted to know because and this is gonna be for a later topic. I think a lot of things are just projected. I think there are things that we do to disturb people, and then we don't realize we're doing it. Oh, we are realizing that we're doing it. And then when we get called out on it, then it's, oh, you're intimidated. Well, are you intentionally trying to intimidate someone? That is something that we have to think about. But that is on a later topic. That's for another Monday. If I could, I want to save that for another Monday.
What topic is that?
That's going to be an episode. Cause I got like 6 episodes already lined up topics. So, you're going to be on that, Beyond it. Don't worry about it, but that'll be, May 4th.
Yo, make sure 5th, please invite Wisdom and Jess.
So
I want her to be here today because we had a pretty good debate on Thursday.
Here's the thing about May 4th, right? I have 2 ladies outside of TikTok who are going to join that episode.
Oh.
But Jess is throughout my schedule. Okay. Yeah. Jess is going to be on here next Monday, and then she's also going to be here a few episodes in May. Don't you worry. Jess is going to be here. All right. And I have to talk to Angie later because I know Angie has a schedule change coming up. But
I don't know what it is. It's like every time. I love Jess. She's great. but we're
Mm-hmm.
always on the opposite side of like the conversation. And I feel like I feel like I lay out like this common sense logical argument, and she just like doesn't get it.
Well, save it. Well, save it for either TikTok's Thursday, because you know she likes to come on Thursdays. That's why I call TikTok Thursday just Thursdays. And she's gonna be on Fifth at Night next Monday. She's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Okay, and she got time.
Okay.
She told me.
Oh, she got time.
Yeah, she got time. Jess is one of. Hey, listen, Jess is one of them ones.
She is. Yeah.
All right. So I can't wait for Jess's debut on this show. Okay. But yeah, she's gonna be on here next Monday. All right, and she's got time. All right.
Yep.
So I could actually have 10 people on screen at once, but I wanted to make, including me, so 9 guests. So, but I wanted to make sure that everybody gets a chance to speak, because that's a lot of people waiting to talk.
Yeah.
And for the first episode, I wanted to make sure that we're being very fair to mic time, because I've seen panels where it'll be 5 and 5, and somebody wanted to speak, but because they waited so long, they lost their point.
Yeah.
So I want to learn how to handle, because I noticed when we do the TikToks, right, is 8 guests, 8 guest spots, right, or 9 or whatever how many it is.
8.
And this is why you notice on the TikTok I talk less.
Yeah.
But you notice I talked more here.
Yeah.
Right? But on the TikTok, I talk less. I only come in when I need to. Right? Because there's so many people hopping on, it's a highway. TikTok is a highway type of stream.
But
very different from here.
You don't step in fifth, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, Brianda, we talked about this. And what I said was, there are times where I do chill in the cut, and I wait, and sometimes I wait too long. That's because so much stuff gets said. I can't even get something got said at 12:45, and then by the time I respond at 1 p.m., I done messed around and so much stuff got said. I got to get to, But beyond that's what I have you for, brother.
Yeah, but like I think it was Thursday. I was sitting there for a good 40 minutes because I couldn't fathom the malarkey I was hearing. Like from my own, there was a lot of malarkey being said.
Thursdays do be having a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I'm not gonna hold you, Phil. I know for a fact. I was on your page and I was like, should I join this live or should I just go have a drink?
I needed you Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday was crazy. And I wanted you, like, I was waiting for 30 minutes because I wanted you to step in, but you didn't step in, Fizz. You didn't say nothing.
I reached out to Wisdom. Wisdom's got his schedule Monday nights is a little different, but I invited him on one of the episodes. I'm trying to remember which one it is, but it might be the one that never mind, I won't say it because she'll mess around. I didn't come on the show. But he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So don't worry, I'll have him up here.
Wisdom, who else?
Yeah.
Pleasure and KJ. KJ's a good dude.
God.
I like KJ, man.
Hey, KJ, if you're watching, shout outs to you. But KJ,
KJ do be having some interesting points. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he do, but it's him and
I'd be agreeing too.
Right, but them two. Anyway, shout outs to Jess if you're watching this. I love you, Jess. I love you, Jess. All right, so I'm actually going to. I think I said that I was going to do this for 2 hours, so we're coming towards the end. Okay, this was a good premiere. I appreciate. I'm humble and grateful for everyone who has joined me. I love and respect all of y'all for supporting me. I met y'all on TikTok, and I'm very grateful for that. And I love y'all. I support y'all back, and I really appreciate this. This show is not a show without the people.
Yeah.
This show is not a show without the people. And yes, it's just starting, but this is a Monday journey. Fifth at Night will be live every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central. Okay? For my people in the Midwest. There we go. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop the flex bomb. I really do appreciate it. I don't think there's no need to go overtime today. Some Mondays may include an overtime. I may have to go 3 hours, but no, this was good.
Sometimes you might have to talk about them hypocrites in the church too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll be for a later topic, and but you know, I appreciate everyone who chimed in on YouTube, man. Y'all been good. I respect everyone who's been respecting their people supporting their people on here. Y'all let them know, hey, I'm gonna be on the show. Come check me out, and I appreciate everyone's fan base for coming on here and supporting the show. Okay, let's get some final thoughts. For those who are still up here, who wants to go first with their final thought?
You can go. Go ahead, Angie. You can go.
I'll go first to finish off my point with the you can't handle me. So
Yeah.
Brent said, like, you want to be my you only know me for a month, but you want to be my girl. You don't know all that I come with. You don't know what I'm carrying, what I've been through, how I live my life, but you so sure you want to be here. And that's what I mean by, like, you can't handle me. Like, men would approach you and they'd be like, yeah, you know, I feel XYZ for you. Man, you don't know what you want, but that's what I mean by that. But
Okay.
today was a great show.
Thank you.
I always enjoy, whether it's opposing or the same, to hear everybody's point of views. I do learn a lot from coming onto this show, and I do
Yeah.
take what I grasp from here and bring it with me into my everyday life so that we can go out and create a better world. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, Angie. Thank you, Angie. You know you're always welcome to come up here. You let me know what's going on with your schedule, okay?
Yes.
As far as the Monday show, if not, any other time, on TikTok, pull up. You know how it is on TikTok.
I'll be here Mondays. I'll be here Mondays and on TikTok. I gotta do better with TikTok.
Oh, your Monday nights are good from time to time?
My Monday nights is good. I'm off forever on Monday nights. I'll be damned if they call me in.
Okay, you know what? We'll talk off camera, okay? Because there's a particular episode I want your voice again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Angie's, hey, listen, Angie has become my little sis, all right? On TikTok. That's my TikTok sister, all right? That's my little TikTok sister. All right? I try to speak some big brother stuff to her, all right?
I'll be needing that.
I'm 39 now.
You right around my big brother's age.
I want them closer to 40.
All right, who's next with the final thoughts? Who's next?
My final thought is, for anybody that feel like they're not ready, stay single, date, do whatever it is that you want to do. Don't let nobody force you into something that you don't want. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna hurt yourself because you should have waited for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody talk you into doing something. Oh, you just want to be in this man's face. You want to be with this dude right here. No. Enjoy your life. The life was given to you to live it.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Beyond, what's your final thoughts, brother?
Final thoughts. Fifth, you know how it is. I enjoy these panels, these talks. It keeps me thinking, and I also I like to practice my skills of listening, so that I can use it in real life.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to listen and get everyone's thoughts. I did want to announce something that I am starting. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I'm going to start a TikTok live panel where I'll be doing fictional politic matchups. I'm going to take two fictional characters and have them be in a political battle, and then the audience can choose who would be a better fit for the U.S. if they were president in real life. So I'm going to do a fictional politic battle. I don't know when. I have to do some more research on the characters that I'm going to be choosing. I have to know the stuff before I moderate and whatnot. But I want to do that moving forward, because I can go live now. So I'm trying to see what day is good for me. But I want to start doing that. So,
brother, I like to hear. You know what? Let me go ahead.
Me too. I think you should go with it.
I definitely come on the panel.
I like to hear. Hopefully, it's when I'm available because you know my work schedule. Jesus.
Yeah.
But I would love to pull up
on Wednesdays and Fridays.
And it's all kind of characters that are going to be in. It's not going to just be like people that you expect, but it's going to be like, for example, like Princess Leia from Star Wars or like Tony Stark. It's going to be like different people that are going to be like in a battle, and the audience chooses who they think would win, and they have to like explain why, of course. But yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. Let me get y'all to shout out like your, social medias or whatever. So if you want people to reach you, you could just announce that. Okay, go ahead, Angie. Let people know where they can reach you.
You can find me on TikTok at Angnina, ANGNINA, or Instagram at lovelyflowers24. I should pop up as Princess.
Okay. Mila, let them know where they can reach you, all right?
Hey, anybody, questions, comments, concerns, random conversations, I can be found on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook as Lovely Mila, Instagram as Queen Libra 32. Yeah, I'm open for all ideas, questions, anything.
All right.
For me, I have 2 accounts. I don't know what account I'm going to be using the most, but you can catch me at the Beyonder 285. That's the account I usually use for your panels, Fifth. And then my other account is my main account, which is my first name, Malik, Malique. So Malik Taylor 5. So yeah, I'll be posting on that relatively soon.
All right. I don't have a final thought, just appreciation. That's all. Okay. Appreciate everyone for showing up. Appreciate for people showing up on YouTube and just commenting and giving your opinions. Okay. Just once again, y'all can reach me at the Fifth General, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Fifth General TV on TikTok, Fifth General TV on YouTube. All right. This was an incredible premiere of Mrs. Z and sorry, that's my other show. Fifth at Night. Thank you all. See y'all next Monday. All right. Peace out.